It's 2025 and flagships are coming thick and fast, zero chance they slow down at any point, and they're all kind of looking and feeling exactly the same. There's only two ways to actually differentiate them, and that is Snapdragon 8 Elite or Dimensity 9400 in terms of the processors. Now look and feel may be different, and Xiaomi with their 15 Ultra has gone for a very different look, and it's this rather large housing which has 4 total cameras, and this spec sheet is actually insane to match the equally large housing. Let's give you the quick breakdown of that. So you get a 23mm main camera lens via Leica, 50 megapixel, 1-inch sensor. And then the other 3 cameras, you've got a 200 megapixel telephoto, a 70mm floating telephoto at 50 megapixels, and then a 50 megapixel ultra wide, which make that quad camera array on the back end. The spec sheet is mega, they look mega, and the performance, well, check these out. The cameras are of course the main highlight of the Xiaomi 15 Ultra, but we wanted to touch on design. First of all, appreciate and revel at how great this OG looking Leica style camera looks in terms of the colorway that they've chosen. As a whole though, the phone is, as you'd expect, very well built. Super premium materials around. There's protection on the front, which is military grade to protect against things like drops and shatter resistance as well with Xiaomi, which is sick. It's not Gorilla Glass, it's Xiaomi's own, which is again good. Nice to know that they're doing their own thing. And then at the bottom here, you've got your speaker grill, you've got your USB port, and then you've got your SIM slot as well. Now, this particular phone costs around about $1,300 or pounds. So we paid $12.99 here in the UK. Now, so much of this phone is at the bleeding edge at the top end. And one of the other things you're going to notice when it comes to the design is this display. 6.73 inch, made up of 68 billions of colors, and on HDR and peak brightness you get 3200 nits of peak brightness as well. That display shines incredibly well in an outdoor environment, of course, with that peak brightness being at 3200 nits. But for your day-to-day uses, say if you're browsing the web, just jamming through the OS, customizing your phone to make it look and feel as you want it to feel, again, you're getting great color reproduction and very good quality. When it comes to watching content, let's touch on that quickly. If you're watching anything from your normal, darker environment-based content, say for example, your trailer here that we've got of a car, darker, but it shows those blacks really well, deep and rich, and emphasizes other color points. And then if you've got more brighter environments, say like nature documentaries, or you're watching cartoons, TV shows, whatever it may be, the color ratio stands out. It is excellent, and the quality of the display is very good. One thing we wanted to touch on talking about content is battery life. So you do get a pretty large battery here, 5410 milliamp hours, I believe. It is smaller than what they get in China, which is a shame, but no less capable. So you get 90 watts of wired charging, 80 watts of wireless charging, which is both incredible. However, downside, you don't get the plug in the box. Of course, you have to get that separately, which is an additional cost. Seems silly considering why offer the charging speeds and not the plugs. Very unlikely people are gonna have those plugs. And then you also get silicon carbon in terms of the tech inside the battery as well. So the benefit you have here again is it will last longer, it is denser, and charging at those higher rates, it will manage its heat and thermals better as well. Now, in terms of managing its heats, its thermals, and generally its performance, the Snapdragon 8 Elite that lives inside this incredibly powerful phone has to power not only the OS and various other components, but also AI, as well as things like gaming performance and the camera AI as well. Call of Duty Warzone, as you can tell by this demo right now, runs very well. In fact, if you were to swipe left, you are then able to add a boost function using the built-in boost function, I guess, in the OS of the Xiaomi 15 Ultra and HyperOS 2.0, which allows it to gain more frame rates. Now, whether these are superficially added in using AI or it's actually a literal processor boost that allows you to gain more frame rates, the jump is pretty big. You're looking at around 25 to 30 frames per second. As a whole though, gaming on this phone is an incredibly great experience. Zero lag, zero issues, responds very, very well. If you've got your earbuds in and you're looking to kind of isolate yourself from your environment, traveling distance for low latency gaming is again very, very good. And sound quality as well, we'll touch on this, it's very, very good. You get really good deep bass. You can hear sort of the environment around you. If you've got spatial buds, again, you'll benefit even more from a more immersive experience. If we move on to HyperOS 2.0, predominantly based around AI. Now, a lot of the AI features you're going to see here are your standard fare. They are exactly as you expect them to be. So voice to text, for example, works very, very well. It's incredibly accurate. It's probably the most accurate I've seen besides Google's own. So that's a massive, massive win. And then you have other AI options where you can change your cloudier, grayer environments and add in a brighter blue sky, which we've shown you here. And there's a ton more. And I love the fact that they've added in the option within the settings to see what all the AI functions are and gives you a demonstration as to what they are as well. So then you can kind of build your knowledge around all those various functions. And the implementation of AI within this 15 Ultra and the 15 series as a whole, because we do have the 15 to review as well, has been excellent. I would say it's probably on par in terms of performance with Samsung's Galaxy AI. Beyond that, the whole process in terms of using the phone, customization options, the fluidity of the OS is very, very, very impressive. Do want to touch on one quick thing though. It was announced prior to MWC that there would be 4 years worth of HyperOS updates for the 15 series. However, recently Xiaomi has changed that to 6 years, which is a massive win. 4 years was pretty good. 6 is amazing. Now, we've mentioned about AI and we've mentioned about the main highlight of the phone being cameras. Now, AI and the cameras work very, very well in delivering some high-end performance on the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. The camera performance, well, you get quite a few options when it comes to actually filming and taking photos on the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. And here's a sample of what it looks like in 4K at 60 FPS as well, to give an example of what can be achieved on a Xiaomi 15 Ultra. And this is just normal focal length. But let's give you the breakdown. Essentially, what you're looking at here is a top of the line performance when it comes to the Xiaomi 15 Ultra's camera output in terms of photo and video. Ultra wides are a little bit soft around the edges, but you still get a ton of detail. And then selfies, again, can be a bit of a hit and miss. As a whole though, the entire profile and every photo that we've taken here and video is all in Leica Authentic and master portrait mode as well for those portrait shots, just to give you an idea as to what the color profile is that we've used. We've not used vibrant because we prefer authentic, gives you a nicer, better, more balanced colors. Anyway, as a whole, across the whole range, photos are a really, really good quality. You get tons and tons and tons of detail. Even if you zoom in further, up to say 40 to 50x's, you're going to have some AI implementation that will allow you to capture more information, but you're again going to get tons and tons of information. And the quality is very, very good. In fact, it's probably one of the most consistent smartphones we've used when it comes to sort of capturing different environments and the different colors, be it day or night mode. And again, very, very good. As we touched on earlier, selfies put in the front-facing camera can be a bit hit and miss, but overall the whole camera system is really, really good. Then we move on to video. You get 4K 60, which is being shot here, and you can get up to 8K 30 or 4K 120. All those options are available for you, and we have some samples here to give you an idea as to what that quality looks like. So this potentially could be something with a few refinements and a few jigs here and there, could be a sort of top level pro grade camera experience that could replace, say, your compact camera, or you want an all-in-one camera. It could be that. And that sort of leads us on very nicely to our final thoughts on the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. As a whole, the experience is very, very positive. I would say HyperOS is absolutely incredible. The screen is brilliant. The camera performance as a whole is very, very good. And in that particular colorway, in that silver, black OG Leica colorway, looks amazing, and that'd be an amazing buy to have. A couple of downsides we've already mentioned. One more to highlight is IP69 is not present on the Xiaomi 15 Ultra and is on other high-end flagship smartphones. So the question we would have to ask you is this: if you had £1,299 of dollars, would you buy a Xiaomi 15 Ultra, an S25 Ultra, a Find X8 Pro, OnePlus 13, or another Android smartphone? Or would you just not bother and get an iPhone 16 Pro Max? Let us know in the comment sections. Thank you so much for watching. Till the next one, as always, we out.